Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time once again for Real Talk with Welch.
All right, Mustangs. So every January, especially every January 1st, everyone wants to talk about what is my New Year resolution. So it's coming up. So as Mustangs, we always say that we plan for success. So why not wait until December 31st, right, to figure out what your New Year resolution is going to be? You're a Mustang. You're not going to do that. You're going to think about it now. So how are you going to plan for success for next year? Well, Harvard Business Review always comes out with great reads. So if none of you have ever read them, definitely, in your spare time, take a look at some Harvard Business Review articles. But these are great articles written by CEOs and business executives. But one thing they talk about in here is that you have to learn how to manage yourself before you can lead others. So what does that mean? That means that you have to learn how to really be in control of your destiny to make sure that everything in your life is right before you can actually lead others. Because, chaos can't lead chaos, right? You have to keep yourself in order before you're able to lead others to create order. So here, I'm going to give you a couple of things that they suggest in here. First thing is self-awareness. Say that you have to be aware of who you are and what you need. So before you make those New Year resolutions, I like to think you need to reflect on what is it that you actually need, not what you want. What is it that you actually need to be successful? The second thing in here talks about you actually have to, one, be a self-regulator. Means that when you build those goals, what do you have in there to check yourself? So are you just going to write these goals down and then you're not going to check up on them? Are you going to have consequences that are written in there for yourself? Such as if I don't accomplish these goals, maybe I don't go out on that weekend. Maybe I turn my phone off. Yes, they're self-inflicted, but if you're managing yourself, you have to reward yourself. It's the same way you have to put in place consequences for yourself. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You're not always going to have a principal who's going to create rules and guidelines for you. You're not always going to have a teacher who's going to create rules and guidelines for you. Your parents or your coaches or your grandparents aren't always going to be there for you to create those guidelines for you. So what I suggest to you as you're creating these New Year resolutions and this new beginning is that you put in place two things for yourself next year. If you want to be a master of your fate, you really have to put in place these two things. The first thing is self-awareness. Make sure you know yourself, you know what you need, not what you want. Know what you need. Second thing is put in place self-regulation. How are you going to reward yourself, but also how are you going to put in place consequences for yourself to ensure that you accomplish your short-term goals, which are your New Year's resolutions. All right, Mustangs, just a couple of things for you to start off the new year. Start it right. Have a great day, Mustangs.